Hello dear food lovers, isn't it wonderful that Aperol Spritz still holds the same beloved popularity compared to past years? What's new, however, is that you can not only enjoy sipping it, but also indulge in eating it in the delightful form of this beautiful and remarkably delicious cake created just for you. Another bonus, you won't need to turn on the oven. For the delicious base of our cake, we will gather an untreated orange, some tasty butter biscuits. I personally prefer the wholesome whole grain variety, and a bit of butter. For the filling, let's gather an orange, some vanilla sugar, and gelatin. I like to use instant gelatin, as the name suggests, it's just faster. However, you could also use regular gelatin. We'll also need powdered sugar, Greek yogurt, cream cheese, and cream. And for the jelly, so finally, we'll blend in some Aperol Spritz once more, combine that with gelatin, and top it all off with some bubbly sparkling Prosecco. First, let's deal with the oranges. After giving them a hot rinse, we'll grate the zest and squeeze out the juice. Now we need to crush the biscuits. I've just popped the biscuits into my food processor with the lid securely in place, so now let's crank it up and make some delightful noise. By the end, our biscuits should have a delightful crumbly consistency that feels just right. Now we need to melt the butter, either in a pot or just quickly in the microwave. Following that, add in 2 tablespoons of vibrant orange juice together with 2 teaspoons of fragrant grated peel to the melted butter. Give it a quick stir to make sure everything's well mixed, and now let's add the delicious biscuit crumbs into the bowl. Then mix everything thoroughly, preferably with a wooden spoon or a spatula. Now we need a baking pan, ideally with a 24 centimeter diameter. Line the bottom with parchment paper and lightly grease the sides. Carefully transfer the biscuit mixture into the pan, spreading it out gently, and press down firmly to compact it well. You can use your hands, a spoon, or grab a glass for this. Select a glass with a flat bottom. It really helps create an even pressure. I'm going to finish this part quickly, and afterward, we'll chill the pan. Now, in a large bowl, gently combine the cream cheese with the yogurt, mixing until smooth. Add the powdered sugar as well. Now gently pour in all the leftover orange juice, and be sure to add the remaining grated peel for that extra burst of flavor. Then mix everything together, ideally with the whisk attachment of your mixer. While mixing, gradually sprinkle in the instant gelatin. If you're using sheet gelatin, follow the package instructions. Adding 3 packets. Quickly whip the cream until stiff, use the mixer, then fold it into the mixture with a spoon or spatula. Now, let's quickly whip the cream until it's stiff, using the mixer again, of course. Then, we add the whipped cream to the bowl and gently fold it in, preferably with a spoon or spatula. Pour the filling into it, spread it out in the pan, and I'll start with the spatula. To ensure we have a wonderfully smooth and polished surface that looks enticing and delightful for our cake, I'm going to pay extra attention and glide the dough scraper over it one last time, refining every inch to perfection. Then, chill the cake for around half an hour. In the meantime, we'll prepare To create this delightful jelly, you'll want to begin by carefully adding Prosecco to the Aperol in a pot. Once you've done that, sprinkle in the gelatin, and then stir it all together constantly, even while keeping it at room temperature to ensure a smooth blend. Soon, it will begin to set perfectly, and if you wish to accelerate the process just a tad, you can warm everything briefly, but do so only in a gentle manner. Now, let's take our time to spread the jelly evenly, creating a smooth layer over the chilled filling, starting from the center and gently smoothing it towards the edges for a beautifully finished look. As an optional but delightful step, I strongly encourage you to slice up another orange and cut the slices into quarters to enhance the presentation. 12 wonderfully bright orange pieces are just right, one for each lovely slice of cake, and we delicately arrange them on top of the luscious jelly. Then, chill the cake again for at least another hour, gently take it out, loosening it carefully from the mold, and elegantly serve this delightful Aperol Spritz cake that is sure to brighten up any coffee table and make your gatherings even more special. Serve it with a bit of whipped cream if you like, garnish, and enjoy. I can assure you, this cake brings pure joy and is genuinely a delightful experience. Embrace the process, enjoy preparing it, and savor your delicious meal to the fullest. See you next time. Bye bye.